こんにちは。明けましておめでとうございます。Hey everybody, Happy New Year. How's it going? This is the first video in my video segment of I Want to Learn Japanese. And I just wanted to start off by asking a question for this new year, and that is, why should you learn a new language? And specifically, why should you learn Japanese? Well, first I want to talk about my own experience and how I learned Japanese and how that's changed my life and really just like provided a lot of cool things, cool opportunities for me. So let's jump right into that. A few years ago, I was given the great opportunity to move to Japan, and I lived there for about 2 years. I lived in the southern part of like Tokyo, not in Tokyo, but like a little bit south of Tokyo. I was actually a volunteer there, and so I was required to learn the language, to study every day, and to talk to a lot of people. And so that was what I did, and that was basically my experience. However, I actually wanted to learn a language for a very long time before that. I had studied Russian, Italian, Spanish, and I guess those are the main three that I actually tried studying before I even found this opportunity. And when I studied those languages, I had a really hard time actually focusing and kind of keeping myself motivated and learning the language. And here we are at a new year, 2017. Everybody's making all these great goals. Some of you are hoping have made a goal of like, I just want to learn a new language, and I'm hoping even more so that all of you wrote down in your little book like, man, I want to learn Japanese this year because that'd be perfect. I'm here to teach Japanese and try to make it as simple as I can and be able to help you guys learn it by particularly explaining the mistakes that I made or the things that I wish I had known when I was first studying the language, so that you can get over those barriers a little bit quickly. First thing I need to say is that it definitely will take some time to start picking up the language, to see, very substantial progress, to start really feeling like, wow, I'm learning this language. Even though I had the opportunity to live in Japan, I still felt like I was, learning at a super slow rate. But what I can promise you is that as you start studying this language and as you start really kind of like I don't know, just pushing yourself, just really, really just putting in the time every day, just a little bit of time, that you will eventually progress. I promise you. There were so many days when I was living in Japan where I felt like I was going down. I would talk to people and I'm like, man, I swear I knew how to say these words yesterday. And there's going to be a lot of days like that. You're not going to feel like you can speak. So let's jump into why you should be learning a language. Let's talk about really quick the things that I felt through learning a new language actually being like successful, I guess, quote unquote, in picking up a language to where I can, very comfortably speak with now a Japanese, native speaker, just on the fly, and really just have like a long conversation where I don't feel like, oh man, how do I say these things? How do I express myself? So the biggest thing about learning a language, for me, one of the greatest, I guess you could say, blessings of learning a language was the ability to enter into a new culture without feeling like there was a gap or a wall in between it. For me, when I moved to Japan, I felt a huge gap in both culture, language, everything. I was just jumping into their country and kind of just being a hassle, not knowing what to do, not knowing what to say. But as soon as you can get over that initial hump, right? As soon as you work hard and start studying and kind of get that really basic level of a new language, in this case Japanese, you start to connect a lot more with these people. I've been able to connect with people that without the language, without the ability to speak Japanese, I would not have created these connections with these people. And there's so many fantastic people around the entire globe. But when you really, study and put forth the effort to study someone else's language, to learn someone else's language, you can really break down walls, break down barriers, and create a connection like you've never been able to before. And so I recommend continue to learn a little bit of Japanese just day by day. Make it just a daily thing, or even twice a week, 3 times a week, something like that, just to keep it in your mind. And the things that can happen this year, 2017, and years to come, this year, this is the year where you can change your life and learn a new language and connect with people you've never been able to connect with. So thank you so much for watching this. If you have any questions, go ahead and write in the comment box below. Signing out.